What are we doing? This is the creepy kids room.
Creep room, creep room.
That's where we got the heater. Because it's 20 degrees outside with snow. So here is the shop, still looking like a thrift store, after about 2 days of cleaning out. We've already filled this, I don't know what size dumpster is, but the biggest dumpster they give us. Tall sided one, I don't know, 50 yard, I don't know. But we got to get it dumped because we got to get another one down because we're getting ready to pull the ceiling tiles out. But today we pulled out the dummy wall that was made out of 2x4s, actually 2x2s. And this is the worst room. This window has been wide open for probably 15 years. We found some plexiglass and threw it in there for now. You can see that's one of the toilets. See most of the ceiling tiles out of this. It's very rough. This is, yeah, very rough. So there's another bathroom behind this wall, but we're gonna leave this part up because this looks like a mezzanine. See, it's actually got 2x4s every 10 feet. Every 10 feet. Getting hard to see in the dark because we still don't have power. Not going to have power for a while, not till we at least get the roof fixed. All this stuff's going to go. All this stuff's going to go. It's mostly all scrap. This is where the salon used to be. But I've been working back here in the utility room, which is the scary room. But it's got like a floor drain that's grandfathered in, so that's cool. It's got 2 water heaters, and that's where the well is. I'm excited to have a well in a shop. Got some fry things from when it was, I don't know, I guess maybe somebody wanted a restaurant at one time. That's the one thing I haven't heard them put in this place yet is a restaurant. And this is all scrap, a kitchen sink. But so far, it's about, this is the coldest day of the week at a top temperature of 31. And it feels like 20 degrees in here. You actually see my breath. So bad. But it's coming together. Can't wait to get this carpet out. But really, we want to see the ceiling to see the utilities that are left in this place. And just to see what shape the roof is in. We know it's bad. I mean, look around. Roof is bad. But to see if we have to put a sub-layer in, because I should get a flashlight, but it's actually a metal roof with metal trusses, so hopefully we could just put some foam board down and just glue some tar down. I don't know. I'm going to sub that out for sure. But we're packing up for the day because it got cold and we're hungry. Haven't eaten all day. We'll hit this hard tomorrow. Well, we're going to wait for another dumpster to come in. Then we will rip the roof tiles off and see what we have. So we're back in the shop after hours because we had some snow earlier today. Okay, there's reflection. We had some snow earlier today and it's already all melted off because it actually got up to 38 today. And we wanted to come down here to see how bad the roof actually was. We knew it was pretty bad. And as you can see, we have all the the ceiling, the drop ceiling out of it, which was a complete mess. It still is. See the remains all over the floor. It had a layer of R19, and then that was covered in about 10 inches of blown in insulation. But now we got it all tore off. You can hear the drips. See, it's not going to focus because it's pretty dark. Come on, focus, focus. So the floor is wet where we cleaned. There's a pretty good drip right there. You can hear it dripping on the mezzanine back here. Seems to be the worst part is this back area. I can't quite figure out what this roof's made out of. I thought it was sheeting, but the way it's leaking through the edges, it almost seems like it's C-channel of some kind. I don't know how to tell if it's rotted out or not, except for just going up there and putting some weight on and hope we don't fall through. But you see that it is a cement building with steel trusses. They actually didn't even know about this heater in the roof, which seems to be a natural gas heater. Big industrial unit. Wonder if that still works. Probably shouldn't. Oh, it's actually a Dayton. Nice. But probably just replace it. Don't really like the placement of the ducting because it's kind of where we want to put the lifts. Of course, we were thinking the lifts might go on the back. Because after getting this down, I wanted to leave the mezzanine for storage, but it's only 4 foot to the trusses, so I don't want to give up lift space for storage space, especially storage space you can't really access. Which gives us a good amount of 2x8s that aren't too rotted, like that one obviously we wouldn't save, but the rest don't look too bad to build something else with. We started tearing out some of the siding. Like right here we got down to at least the wall is 2x4, so we could fill that full of R19 insulation. Probably just pull all the layers of styrofoam and pegboard off. Get rid of this bathroom. Definitely replace this panel. Don't really even like the placement of this panel, but the electrician was talking about if we move it, we have to pull permits. I was surprised to see a water heater here, which is feeding these old heat exchangers, which I was told leak. Because if they had any water in it at all, this place definitely got cold enough to freeze in the 20 years it's been abandoned. One right here. There's this nasty bathroom back there that they haven't even touched yet, but it is surrounded by concrete, so it's either going to be a closet or the bathroom. I think we're probably just going to leave it a bathroom because I don't want to leave that one in the middle of the shop. But we'll probably be back out here tomorrow to strip the rest of these walls out because we're still. Even with the leaks, it'd be nice to get a project in here. But we need to make some kind of opening in the wall, which we were told there is an opening in the wall somewhere, but obviously it's not on this side of the shop. And this is formed, I don't know what it's called. I've been calling it prefab concrete, but this stuff is supposedly really hard to cut through. And past here is cinder block, as you can see the cinder block wall there. Past here is cinder block, and I'm thinking there might have been a wall here. And we're told the place next door, let me get a light. The place next door had a car run through the front entrance at some point. And where that wall is built looks like there used to be a way bigger entrance. So we're hoping if we tear this wall out, that it's not concrete, so this will just go straight through the other unit. As you can see the concrete, the cinder blocks. There's a utility room that is scary. We have a random closet. And a hole. You notice there's a hole right here? Nothing. So we're gonna get all this off. Figure out, maybe we'll get a ladder down here. So we actually haven't been up there, so we don't know what nasty goodies are up there yet. We hot wired these lights. These lights are just ran off an extension cord. That we just hot wired the extension cord through where it went hooked up to the breaker to feed these lights, just because it's easier than, it's less annoying than all the extension cords running across the ground. We're feeding this whole place off of a 15 amp surge protector, just so we don't overload the circuit we have it hooked up to. But we moved the whole office area over here for now. It used to be over there. It's a little more homey over here, and obviously it doesn't leak over here. So at least we have one corner of a shop that we could use. So we'll rip the walls out tomorrow and see where we are. See you then. Well, supposedly the thermostat's stuck on this thing this morning, so obviously it doesn't like the cold, so took half a gallon of coolant. Now we're doing test run. See that limited slip working? You hear that polyurethane bushings? Oh, front tire spun.
Can't see nothing. Where should I put it? Up there?
I don't know. After he makes a couple passes, we can put it right back here. That didn't sound good. We're finally back at the new shop, I guess you call it, after a whole weekend of snow. And we are just having too much cabin fever, so we're gonna come here and try to do something. I'm gonna try to see if we can get the gas mains working, because supposedly there's meters out back and they're still hooked up and the valves are on, so I'm assuming that means they have gas. And I'm gonna try to fire up the Dayton heater. I'm gonna do some shoveling so we don't have to keep going through this. Hey, look how deep that is. Oh, what are we doing? Oh, what do you know? It's still wet in here. Smells a lot better than it ever did. But I'm gonna do some shoveling so our feet don't keep getting frozen. And like I said, I'm gonna try to get that serviced today and see if it's any good. I don't think that's going to cut it because it doesn't work very well. It's frozen to the ground. That's nice. So this is ice. crossroads of the ground. Rethink your life choices. Running that propane heater the whole time we were here, the hottest we got was 37. And I didn't have any luck getting this thing going because just doesn't seem to be any gas going to it. But we're still running those. We did get a good amount of this wall tore out. See, it's just a big open space, and we're gonna leave it that way. Actually, this would be a good place for a paint booth. But we're gonna get some more supplies. I think we're just gonna run a new line up to that heater, or we have a little crappy heater back here that I think would do the same. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But we're gonna come back maybe tomorrow. For now, once the sun goes down, it's going to drop 10 degrees and there's no way we can hang out in here, so we'll be back. I don't know how well this is going to come out because our propane heater is loud. But the weather finally cleared up enough to come down here. I could see the wind was blowing so hard that it was blowing snow inside. We were to get some more of the drywall out to reveal some more mysteries of this building. You can see we found a fake where they filled the door in the concrete wall that separates the units, which we're going to take that unit too. But the utility room is starting to dry up. We cleared a path here and found that there is actually natural gas coming out of this pipe, but it is part of some of the crappiest looking pipe. It's super rusty right there, so we're not going to use that. I'd rather just use this because it's nice pipe going through the ceiling, but there's no gas, so. But all I'm trying to do is get gas into that old 3/4 line, which is in really good shape, that feeds the 200,000 BTU Dayton, which I took the cover off, and it looks pretty good inside, so we're going to try to get that plumbed today. I see there's actually a union right there, so that's good. But let me take you out back. Again, still a bunch of snow. They're expecting a little bit of snow, and then we're going to get a warm up this next week where it'll be over 40 degrees, which when it's only 20 in teens, that's a huge improvement. But I spent most of the day yesterday shoveling this out. I see we have a little friend. Seen those tracks yesterday before I shoveled, and I see they're back, so brought a raccoon. You can see the prints right there. But you can see this place is equipped with 3 gas meters, and this one is actually plumbed to that unit over there. You can see the chimney, so that one actually has a heater. I still haven't even seen the people who rent that building, but they obviously keep it heated in the winter. So this is their unit, and you can see where there's to be 2 more, which is why that one water heater doesn't have any gas. And I think the big Dayton heater on the roof that I was pointing out, I think is fed by this one because it's got a 3/4 line running from it. Or is that a 1 inch? I think it's actually a 1 inch line. It's actually a 1 inch line running to it. Huh. So we're gonna plumb, I think I'm gonna try to plumb this guy to it, because you can see if we follow that line, it's the one that's fallen off the wall, because all the supports have rotted off. So I'm gonna get a list together of supplies and make a trip to the hardware store to figure out what I need. But we're still following that one. Because right here is where it drops down the 1/2 inch. So I'm going to sawzall this 1/2 inch off. I've already shut the gas off. It was on, which is scary. I'm going to sawzall this guy off and see if I can get that reducer loose. But I see there's actually an electrical line in place. But maybe I'll actually try to get this whole pipe off. But you can see, pretty freaking rusty. Of course, they did some kind of weird street elbow right there. It's just, I'll redo all this in the summertime, but for now, I'm just trying to get heat in this building so we can keep working. So we're up in the rafters of this crappy side of the building, the really bad side. I am finishing up this last piece of gas line that feeds the big heater in the other building, the 200,000 BTU. Which I pretty much had to plumb from the outside in to the utility room and back out to here, which all this was pre-existing. It's just they had it running off of a different meter that they eliminated when they probably put in that big ugly AC unit over there. But being up here, I got to see that you can see the original service bay doors. You can see the original headers. You can even see where the hardware used to be. So if you look at this, this is where a car got into an accident on the intersection outside and barreled into the door. So luckily for us, some of the demolition's already done. So we're gonna rip this wall out and put the service bays back in. I just noticed the front fascia is held in with all thread through there, so that's neat. But again, the roof on this side is bad, so this is probably going to just be tear the whole ceiling out and start over. But this side has this cool I-beam going all the way across, so we're going to take advantage of that guy. But like I said, just finishing up this last connection. You can see the frost in the, I don't know if you can see the frost in the back wall. It is freezing over here, so let me get this done. And we'll be firing up that awesome heater. I hope it works. It's pretty late out. Actually, it's not. It's only like 8, but it's winter. You know, blah, blah, blah. Got the place, well, it's looking a lot cleaner. Got rid of, pretty much empty this whole area. I like this area. Make a good paint booth area or an engine build area. Because this is a cinder block wall. This is a cinder block closet. Cinder block, cinder block, cinder block. So not a whole lot we can do with this room unless we do some structural re-engineering. We actually found some goodies up there. Stuff that was put up there like in 1945. So that's going to be fun to go through, but I'm sick of throwing stuff away. I'd rather be building. We pulled this wall out. As I showed that earlier. Probably going to make that a door again. I'd like to actually open this whole area up. But that's definitely a load-bearing wall for the other side, just because of the way the trusses go. Been in the utility room a little bit. Cleaned up, got a bunch of phone wires. Just been cleaning messes up. Got our new gas line in. We're going to add a heater in here for when we get the well working next year. Well, in the summertime. Which goes over to that room just because I didn't want to blow a hole through this cinder block. Which comes around into the original line that they put in decades ago. And I added the nice safety valve just in case we ever need to service this unit. Which I'm glad we did because this actually has, I turned the gas on, it's working. It's got gas all the way to the pilot, but the pilot and thermocoupler are bad. And that gas line was made a lot easier by this thing. We borrowed this from a friend. Nice old school rigid pipe threader. Probably should have got a video of that in use, but we'll have a lot. When I do the water, we'll definitely be using that or maybe. I don't know, probably the gas line's the only thing we're gonna use that for. The rest is gonna be either copper or PEX. But that's right, got sidetracked to the thermocoupler. Because that heater is old enough to still use a pilot. It's not a self-igniting pilot, but the orifices are so small in these that just a little bit of debris, and this thing hasn't probably been used in almost 40 years, so we'll see if we can source a new thermocoupler. If not, I'll have to replace the unit, which I probably should just do anyways, but just need to get some heat in here. It's cold. Listen, we had this heater running all day, enough to where the propane tank is froze, pretty much blocked. It's just frost, cold. All right, back to the video thermometer. Put this in here just for content. But look, we got up to 40. We started the day off at 35. Started our new scrap pile. Jeff even cleaned out this fine looking bathroom, this dungeon bathroom. So gross. Like, that's not even the roof. That's a sub-roof to the utility room. I'd show that at some point, but I don't want to. But this is the original breaker box. And yeah, there's no saving this thing. But you can see this is the wires they ran to it, and that's not even enough for 100 amp service in my opinion. So I think this is 8 gauge. So like I said, we already got a new panel. I gotta fix the water on top of this. We might just, that's nuts. So that's all frost because this is an outside wall. Because for some reason this place does. You can see where the new addition wall is the prefab, or the, what do they call that? The poured wall hits the concrete cinder block wall, the cinder block wall. And then there's an actual window here that needs to go away. But this place is a never-ending bundle of joy. Still got to get rid of all this plumbing, but we're not worrying about water until the summertime because the well is under 2 feet of snow. This bathroom is gonna go. We already got rid of. We keep just picking at this. That's got to go, but I think that actually still has gas running to it because we still need to get on top of this mezzanine and clean it out. But it's slow because this place is just so overwhelming. We filled the second dumpster. We found some random windows up in here. This one was wide open because they had an electrical wire running through it to power the outside lights. So I eliminated that. This window was open and we accidentally broke it when we took the wall down. We decided to leave the insulation because I got sick of throwing away insulation when it's this cold outside. We got some professionals out here looking at this wall because we still want to cut a service door in here because we want to put the lifts right here and here. And the one guy says it's 100% doable. It's just this is like a 8-inch thick wall, so it's hard to get a saw that'll do it in one cut. So he says we could do it in 2 cuts, but that's gonna probably look like we cut the door out with our teeth. So we're gonna get some quotes on some professionals to do that. Other than that, but we might have to go back to California for a couple weeks or a month because the work is still out there and we still kind of have a life out there. And we're running out of things we can do here until it thaws. And if we can't get the heater working, because it's actually supposed to be up in the 40s next week, which might not sound like much, but that's enough to thaw all the snow off the roof. It means we might have a good solid week that we could actually fix the roof. But I'd like to get this 2,100 BTU heater going and crank it up so the heat, because the heat rises, it'll heat the roof and get rid of any ice up there. And if it does get some light flurries, it'll thaw it. And it helps to dry this place out because it's actually still wet. Like there's nowhere for the moisture to go, and it freezes at night. So we really need that heater, and once that heater turns on, it probably won't shut off for a couple months. So get a new thermocoupler or a new heater, and just keep cleaning, because that's pretty much what you do with old buildings is clean, 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 clean. Roof, electrical. Yeah. If we don't come back, I want to make just a video of just this building. Haven't had much of that because it's just the two of us to keep the price down, because we just don't have a big budget. So I don't want to keep making 40-minute long videos because it takes too long to edit, and everybody has the attention span of about 8 minutes. So we're just going to cut this one off here. So if you like this content, which I know renovations and home remodeling, even though this is a shop remodel, do pretty well. I know Brendan Wartnick is doing a video right now building his shop in his backyard, which I like watching. So if he sees this, well, I see him in probably Hot Pit next year. I have to give him a thumbs up, but go check out his channel for some of pretty much what we're trying to do here, except for he started with new construction and we're starting with crap. But if you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you like this, like what we're doing, if you like watching more of this content of the shop repair, just give us a like, drop a comment, subscribe. Please subscribe. We're up to, as of this recording, we're up to 85. I'm hoping by the end of the month we'll be up to 100. That seems like a very good milestone for us. But thanks for watching. Keep wrenching on. Well, at this point, keep rebuilding your garbage shop. I don't know. Save the shops. There you go. Save the shops. Like and subscribe. Hope you're enjoying winter. Anything to add, Eskimo?
Not really. Revive buildings.
It's like reviving tracks.
Yeah. Some work.
A lot of work. So once again, like, subscribe. See you soon.